I don't know how you can stand it with your courses. I can't believe how what they keep these places. National Health will save a fortune if they just cut down on eating costs.
I've rung Zoe. I've left a message on her answer phone.
What you phoned her for?
You get off to work now, Lons. Have you for doing this?
No, I'll go later. Mr. and Mrs. Glover?
Yeah.
Please sit down.
I've been sitting down.
Your daughter's going to be all right, but she has been extremely lucky.
Oh, thank God.
As you know, she took a massive dose of a veterinary drug.
Yeah, what was it, poison or something?
Your daughter's a veterinary nurse, isn't she?
Oh, she's doing day release.
Well, the drug she took is common in veterinary practice. They use it to bring cows into season. Used to be used on humans for a similar purpose.
What purpose?
To induce termination of pregnancy. Your daughter was pregnant.
Oh, no.
The drug did what it was meant to do.
Oh, I hope you're not going to let me down smelling a pig.
It's a good honest smell. She's more than you get in any Ponzi solicitors.
Don't start that again. We need help, Zach Dingle.
Ah, you've got a point. Anybody would sympathise with me this I had you two. Even a solicitor.
This is a family solicitor who represented your Josiah.
Aye. And Emma Josiah got 10 years for not having a road fund licence.
Well, the car he was driving was stolen, and so was the caravan attached to it.
Nelly, look. The second we walk into that solicitor's office, two things happen. One, that cash register he has on the wall instead of a clock starts ticking. And two, Frank Tate wins.
But we've got rights.
Aye, and he's got money. And we both know which talks loudest.
Come on.
We'll be keeping her in intensive care till the fluid on her lungs is clear. She's been very lucky. She could easily have died.
How is she?
Well, if you'll excuse me.
The doctor's been telling us what that stuff can do to a lass. It's used for bringing cows into season.
Apart from getting rid of the baby, it's nigh on killed her.
I'm so sorry. How is she now?
You knew about the babby, didn't you?
She didn't tell you? You know damn well she didn't. How much more do you know? That she wanted rid of it? That she was in such a state that she injected herself with stuff that's done God knows what to her?
She mentioned it no more. I mean, we didn't
Mentioned it? In passing? Oh, it's raining again. The shop's out of bread, and by the way, I'm pregnant.
Zoe didn't mean that. We just didn't get the chance to talk to her, to persuade her to tell you.
Well, why leave it to a poor, frightened kid, Zoe? Why didn't you have the gumption to tell us yourself? Then maybe my daughter wouldn't be lying in there now at death's flaming door.
Family size.
That time of year again for your Butch and Sam, is it?
You're joking. I wouldn't waste this on them. No, you wouldn't have seen the bath at the Woolpack. I suppose Turner needs a roomy one. Big enough for two, you know.
Really?
Which is handy, because I like having me back washed, amongst other things.
We got some carbolic in the back. We keep it specially for your family.
Oh, that's nice of you, Viv. But don't use it yourself, will you? Soap will give you even more wrinkles. Oh, Betty, love, it's not been the same since you stopped cleaning the Woolpack.
If Terry wants me to come back,
No, no, he doesn't. I'm just saying it's not been the same since you left. It's much, much better. Wonder how much it cost to hire a hitman.
he'd need an elephant gun. Out less, the bullets would just bounce off. Any road. She's soon going to have her nose put out of joint when she finds out that the lass they're all talking about in the village isn't her. Linda Glover has taken an overdose.
Look at them. Closing flaming ranks, I'll bet.
Listen, I have to go.
Thank you very much.
You got your story straight, then?
I'm sorry.
Young doctor. You've been explaining to him how it had naught to do with you, I suppose.
I never thought for 1 second that she was that desperate.
No? You couldn't even tell? I don't believe it.
You didn't notice anything wrong with her at all.
I think you ought to go.
Please understand, Linda came to us because she felt
I
like there was
asked
no...
you to go. Please.
Come on, Zoe, now's not the time.
And don't come back. If I find you near my daughter...
And you paid how much rent?
100.
A week?
month?
60 a week or 100 a month?
Yeah, you heard him.
You do have a rent book?
Not exactly, no.
How inexactly?
Well, you see, we trusted each other.
Right. And it was how much?
Well, it were cash in kind. We gave him things, like eggs.
You keep hens?
If they wander into our yard, aye.
From where?
Next door, Aldgates.
So, technically, they were his own eggs you gave him?
They were meat and all.
From your own animals?
Mostly. Keep a few pigs, the odd sheep.
And antlers. We give him antlers and all.
They must have been very odd shape.
Antlers are from Day. I thought solicitors were supposed to be clever.
But you've no record of a tenancy agreement, no rent book.
I could bring antlers in for you if you like. From sheep.
Frankly, Mr. Dingle, Mrs. Dingle, Mr. Dingle, you don't seem to have a leg to stand on.
I could arrange it, you don't either, pal.
Oh, shut up! What my son is trying to say to you is... What do you flaming well mean? It's our home and we've got rights!
You've no rights under the law. I'm only informing you of your legal position. Morally, perhaps you do have a case, but legally, I'm sorry.
Come on.
That'll be £20, I can take cash.
20? I've been watching cash register. It were £11 when we came in, and it's £11.15 now.
This must be the only country pub in the whole world that doesn't have lock-ins.
Yeah, and it's going to stay that way, mate.
So much else to do after closing.
You're doing a great job, Cop.
I told you not to call me that. How'd you get on?
Cost us £11.15.
What did the solicitor say?
I think we're going to have to move in with our Mandy's lot. Reckon she fancies me, our Mandy.
You mean Tate can evict you?
That would word. If it means same as chuck us out on the street, yeah.
It's a bit rough. Rough? It's outrageous. Tate really does think he owns this village, doesn't he?
He does. Most of it. All of the Dingles place.
All the years we've lived there and he can kick us out to turn our home into a flipping holiday camp.
You should get village behind you. You know, a campaign. Yeah. A campaign against Frank Tate. I'll arrange a meeting at the village hall.
We've always been so close. That's what I can't understand.
It'll have been those two, filling her head with all that feminist rubbish.
And we were right. I should have seen. I should have noticed something were wrong.
I wonder if he knows. Young Weir.
I really don't care, Ned.
Reckon her heart wasn't enough for him.
Where are you going?
Those snobby beggars think they don't have to give a damn about us. Well, they're going to Jan. They're flaming well going to.
You could have stayed up at the hospital, you know.
Yeah, there's nothing I could do.
One thing you can do is tell your parents not to worry about the tenancy. It's theirs if they want it. And I promise there won't be a dingle in sight.
Look, Dave, mate, I've just heard. Sorry, Frank.
It's all right, lad. I've got a lot to do. I'll sort out that tenancy.
Thanks, Frank. It's right, is it? Bet you told me Linda tried to do herself in.
No, not exactly. She was pregnant.
She's what?
She got some drug from work to get rid of it.
Why couldn't she have talked to me? I'd have sorted Mum and Dad. Look, I'd have helped if only I'd have known.
Well, she didn't want help. Not from anyone.
What kind of state's she in?
Bad. Well, they say she's going to be all right in a few days.
Has she been asking about me?
If she's still out of it, mate.
I'm going to go and see her. Square it with Frank, will you?
Yeah, no problem. Hello? Mum, how is she? That's done what?
Did you see the vicar's face when that enormous bunch of flowers came in? He really thought it was for him. Did you hear something?
Someone in the house, I think.
Oh, if it's that damn man about the drains, he's early. If you've come about the block glue, would you kindly wait in the kitchen?
It's Mr. Glover.
Linda's father.
Don't worry about a plate for me. I ain't come for a sandwich. She nearly died because of you.
Oh, what utter nonsense.
Oh, aye, it's a big surprise to me that a long streak of rainwater like this can get a lass pregnant. But he did. Didn't you, Danny boy?
How do you know the baby was Daniel's? It could have been anyone's from what I've heard.
I offered to do the right thing. I did what I could.
Oh, you were going to marry her? Yeah, of course you were.
I meant an abortion. Oh, I'd have paid. I offered her the money.
She needed help and support. And you offered her your checkbook?
Don't hit him, please!
Let me go.
Let you go, I'll kill you. You think you're gonna go like that? My daughter!
What meant to happen?
Yes!
Oh God, there's another one!
I'll call the police! You can make it an ambulance as well if I don't get me dad off him. Come on! Get up! Come on! Get off him! He's not working! Come on! You all right?
Yeah.
Now, get out of my house, lover.
Why don't you call me Ned, Vanessa? That's what we wanted our Jan to call you when he wanted to be one of the girls, slumming it down the pub.
This mess is not of our making.
You want me to put your lad in intensive care? See if you've got any real feelings.
She was just after Danny's money.
You hear that?
I did.
What's with this?
2 minutes. Sorry. As I was saying, vets mainly use this drug to bring cows into season. We stopped using it for human pregnancy terminations years ago. It's very dangerous.
Well, Linda didn't know about drugs. I mean, surely she shouldn't have had access to them.
It's not a controlled drug. Access to it would be up to each individual vet. And I gather Miss Tate considered your daughter entirely trustworthy.
Well, I should hope she did.
Miss Tate told me she warned your daughter about handling it, what it could do to a woman.
So she's saying if you want an abortion, this'll do the trick?
No. Any vet would be well aware that this particular drug could kill.
There's a lot I hold Zoe responsible for, lad, but not that.
As I keep saying, Linda's been extremely lucky. Sorry, excuse me.
You should have told me. I'd have looked after her. And the baby. I don't reckon much to the father. The mother more than makes up for it.
So, was that a yes or a no? Yes, I'd be delighted. But are you sure Chris is? Well, now I've asked you and you've agreed, he can hardly say no, can he?
Thanks. This is the nicest thing that's happened to me in a long time.
Hey, I thought that was Dave.
Have a sticky bun to celebrate.
I can't. I gotta get back and feed your godson to me.
Well, you tell him his first sticky bun's free the minute he's ready for it.
Oh, Tara. And thanks.
Okay.
See you later. Oh, hi, Sarah.
Kathy in the kitchen.
Yeah.
She's not causing you problems, is she? I would have thought taking your husband was enough for any woman.
No, far from it, Betty.
Hi, Kathy, are you okay? You sounded on
Yeah.
the phone like...
Betty, can you spare me for 5 minutes? Okay, Sarah, we'll go to the flats.
You know, we've done so much to this place. And he'll probably move some yuppie straight in and say he's had a designer or something, making it look proper rural.
I don't mind leaving. It'd be all right, Uncle Caleb's.
You only want to go because of Fat Mandy.
Yeah, I know.
She's your cousin. Still, I suppose it's best to keep all idiots inside the family.
It's all right for you. You've got a warm bed at the wool pack.
Hey, how many rooms do they have?
Don't even think about it. Any road. We're going to be able to stop here.
I will, love, Al.
Hey, this isn't that Daisy McAllister you're trying to con. It's Frank Tate.
Listen with your ears instead of your gob for once, Butch. We're going to get a campaign going. For what? You'll like this, ma'am. It was Eric Pollard's idea.
Hey, then we'll have a note to do with it, whatever it is.
Oh, shut up. It's a time to be macho and masterful, and this isn't it.
We're going to call a public meeting, get all the village behind us.
Yeah.
I don't know, love. I mean, if we moved into Woolpack, if only for a month or two, Alan Turner would be bound to help us.
I want to go to Uncle Caleb's.
Oh, Mandy can come and visit you. Or I'll get her to send over one of her vests. You can use it as a quilt cover.
No, no. A public campaign it is. I mean, if the Dingles go today, well, it could be the Glovers tomorrow, it could even be the Sugdens. What about Mr. Turner? He could be next. I'm drawing a line here in the sand. I'm moving this far and no further.
Mum, that's muck, that is. Not sand.
Oh.
Would you ask him about a vest?
You know, Sarah, the daft thing is, we were so good together. And for him to prefer her, you can't believe how much that hurts.
You're well rid of him, Kathy.
I haven't decided yet.
You're not serious. If you're going to give Dave another chance, you make sure it's a chance to make things right and not to hurt you again. If you take Dave back, make sure it's on your terms.
Finishing early, just because Frank's gone into Skipdale. No one else is here either. Just me and you.
No, Kim. Just you. I've got to go.
I was thinking about you last night. At Kathy's, were you? Calling each other Bunny Bunny and Flopsy Wopsy. I know what she's like.
I was at hospital, wondering whether my sister was going to live or not. Don't!
Never seen this side of you before, David. I think I could like it.
Get out my way!
Are you sure there's no chance of bunking up at the Woolpack? Me and the lads could give Terry an hand.
Terry doesn't need a hand. Besides, I think Turner would notice if he was sleeping top to toe with our Sam. M&E.
What's wrong with Uncle Caleb's? Is that big E or little E?
Big one, like Mandy.
Stop winding him up.
Hey up, I wonder if Eric's come courting.
If he has, I'll be nailing more than this placard to the pole.
Hey, Eric! What do you reckon? Good, eh?
Sums it up very nicely.
He's illiterate.
I want a word with you.
Yes, and I do with you.
Now, this campaign. I know what's in it for us, but I hope I don't know what's in it for you.
What do you mean?
If you think you can wheedle your way into my Nellie's affections.
God forbid. My motives are simple. Tate and I have a history. I feel he needs teaching a lesson, and I believe you're the very people to do it.
So you've come to see what it is you're trying to save. Worth it, is it?
I've come to ensure that you don't engage in any unilateral action that might reduce the groundswell of community sympathy.
Was that English?
He means don't go throwing up over Betty Eggleton in Woolpack, don't you, Eric?
Something like that. I want the village behind you, a sort of united front.
How can there be a front if they're behind us?
It means like a wagging train with the Indians all round, don't you, Mr. Pollard?
What are you looking at?
Where did you get that from?
Old Gits.
What?
He means Holgate's next door.
It were part of a fireplace.
Yes. And a very good one as well.
It weren't just a good fireplace. The rest of it is made of right good fire and all.
Pity. Could have been worth a few £100s. Still, coal is expensive these days, isn't it?
I didn't know!
What are you doing?
Washing my things.
You got a bang on Ed or something?
All I can do, innit? Send me to school instead of hospital with you lot. Won't tell me how. It's not flaming fair.
Hey, take it easy.
She's my sister and all, you know, and that Betty Eggleton's telling everyone she tried to kill herself.
You know that's not true. She's gonna be all right.
You're not lying?
No, not lying.
Hiya. Come in.
How's Linda?
Like I was telling our kid, she's going to be all right. Hey, go upstairs, do your homework.
I've got no.
Well, yeah, go and get some more milk.
We don't need any more.
We do. Go and get yourself some as well.
Do you want me to make a lot of noise when I come back?
Do you want to be in next bed to our Linda?
Mum? Oh, Linda, love.
You guys are a real fright, sweetheart.
The baby. What's happened to the baby? There isn't one, love. Not anymore.
Thanks.
Didn't think I'd ever see you here again.
I wanted to know the truth about Linda, not Betty's version.
Well, at first I thought she'd tried to top herself. Couldn't imagine what she was going through was that worse than me, though. Should have been me lying there.
Don't be stupid.
I don't think I'd have had guts to do that. I do feel bad enough, though, Kath. What I've done to you.
If you were thinking about suicide, you should have said. I'd have cheerfully killed you. But if I did, we couldn't make another go of it, could we?
You what?
But it's going to be hard to trust you again.
Kathy, I promise
You
I'll
can't
never...
promise, Dave. Not while you're around, Kim.
It's over with
I
her.
know her. If she gets half a chance...
She won't.
No, she won't. Not if you give up working there.
What are you saying?
It's my condition, Dave. It's me or home farm, not both.
I can't do that, Kath.
Then we're wasting our time if a job means more to you than me.
You don't understand. It's me mum and dad. Frank Tate's offered them Mulgate's farm. If I pack in my job, he'll give it to someone else.
Frank wouldn't do that. He's offering it to your dad because he's a good farmer. It's good business.
I can't risk it, Kathy. I'll never get another job as good as this one.
Yeah, one with perks like the boss's wife, you mean?
You know I don't. If I walk out on Frank Tate, I'll never get another job within 100 miles of here. Moving away will probably break us up any road.
Stop looking for excuses, Dave. The choice is very simple. If you want me, you give up home farm. If you choose to stay, we're welcome to each other.